Don't you think it's because
Oh no.
with me.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. It's your boy Day coming back at you live. It is a happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is ready to go. It's a brand new day. Let's get ready into the market news and watch list. The market sell-off continued on Monday amid concerns over the state of the U.S. economy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 2.6% to close the session at 38,703.27, while the S&P 500 moved 3% lower to finish at 5,186.33. This marked the biggest losses for both indexes since September 2022, excuse me. The Nasdaq Composite saw their biggest percentage loss, falling 3.43% to close at 16,200. In Japan, stocks also tumbled as the Nikkei 225 plunged 12.4% to close at 31,458.42. The worst day for the index since Black Monday in 1987. Other global markets were also hit, with Europe stocks 600 falling 2.2% and Bitcoin declining 8% to almost 54,000. All right. So with all that being said, let's get into our watch list. We got going into the top gainer here this morning. LYT stocks up 91.5%. Almost 13 million volume has traded on this stock. And right now we have currently lower highs and lower lows on this stock. So way below VWAP. Looks like the high of LYT has been as high as up to about 329 there. And now 329 to 271. So coming down to the 200 EMA, looks like. Let me double check. Almost actually 500 EMA. 500 EMA is going to be around this $2.56. Okay. So almost down there. I would watch for that 500 EMA come down there and see if it's going to get a nice roll back on up or not. Going into this company, let's take a quick scan on LYT. This is a United Arab Emirates software tech company, 1.03 million flow. So very low flow stock. There is no news this morning on LYT. All right. So no news. Number one gainer. We'll see if it's going to break out of the lower highs and lower lows. TENX. This is our top third gainer currently and has been my favorite trade of the morning. Okay. So TENX, number one play. Pretty much actually the only stock that I have pulled the trigger this morning. So, you know, they're not a whole lot. I did try to see if we can get some other names, but they're just not able to break through those levels. So I'm probably gonna have to retract a lot of the plays from the Prosperity Trades channel. But, you know, 450 was a solid breakout entry. And we ran all the way up to 560 area there. So now back down to $5. $5 is the strongest resistance penny stocks, and now gonna be a very nice strong support level. So be on the lookout for that there on the TENX as we are pulling back here at $5, and then market opening here in 5 minutes. We'll see if it's going to be able to get a nice reversal. But $5 cracks, I would not, you know, try to guess, you know, whether it's going to bounce off the, you know, 200. Well, actually, the 200 is right at 450. So ideally, the big dip area is going to be that previous re-entry area at 450 breakout as our support 450. Okay. Right now, it did get a death cross. So at this point, I'm expecting, all right, right now it's testing VWAP. This is the only thing that's holding it up. VWAP cracks, you know, let it just come all the way back down to 450. And that will be my re-entry level for it, you know, with a little bit of tight stop. If not, that tight stop hits, then you're going to see this thing going all the way down to 391 currently to 500 EMA. Okay. So by that time, you know, in a few minutes, it'll probably be around $4. So, you know, $4, 450, currently $5 level here holding. Okay. TNX overall, let's kind of dive in on this company real quick. This is a USA biotech company, 1.88 million float, so another really low float. today, this morning at 7:13 a.m. Eastern time, they did announce oversubscribed $100 million private placement. So we have that press release, low float. TNX has a lot of room to run on the daily chart. So I do like that. This is right now holding it around the $5. My number one play and watch this morning. Moving on to the next stock on the watch list, I have XPON. Currently sitting at 35 cents a share. I believe I'm looking for a 40-cent breakout. So that's going to be around that VWAP role play. So it needs to get above VWAP right now, below VWAP. So it's bearish. So that's pretty much it for this guy on XPON. Now, this company is a USA electrical equipment and parts company, 5.24 million flow, so another low float. It did come out with a press release 8:31 a.m. this morning, partnered with KZ Recreational Vehicles, a division of Thor Industries, to provide advanced lithium battery solutions. So we have that PR headline this morning, fresh news. I do see more room on XPON today, but like I said, I need to see this thing getting back above the VWAP. SGMO moving forward here is our top 5th gainer currently and is on our watch list. So currently trading above $1. So I do like that. There is a play for 110 candle break. I'm looking for a solid candle break here. Not a whole lot of volume, so I'm really kind of waiting for that volume to kind of kick back in here. And then once it starts to get around the top 3 gainers, I think more eyes will be noticing this stock. And I would like to see a surge of a previous pre-market high there. Currently is around 116. Got a quick spike there above 110, but I am still looking for that at least minimum 120 there. So pretty much this lower high needs to break at market opening. It's fine here, getting a little bit of a dip, but the 10 EMA and the 50 EMA I would watch here because it's getting pretty close. So ideally, if it does dip, then look back in pre-market and see how low it went. The Hero EMA currently, from what I see, is the 50 EMA, which is testing 50 EMA cracks. Then you know what, let it just fall all the way down to the lowest EMA. But I think right now it's holding up above $1, which is good. So I'll be watching this as my top 2nd, kind of sort of a potential favorite USA biotech company on this one. 186 million flow. So keep in mind, this is not your low flow. It's going to move very slow. Very high float name on SGMO. Came out with a press release 8:05 a.m. this morning, announced global epigenetic regulation and capsid delivery license agreement with Genentech to develop this novel Genotech to develop novel genomic medicines for neurodegenerative diseases. All right, so we have that PR headline there. All right, moving forward here, I got last but not least MULN. MULN is currently all the way down here, currently trading at about 89 cents a share. And I am going to be watching for the VWAP roll at 94 right now. So just keeping an eye on basically back, if it comes above the VWAP level on MULN, then I'll be looking forward to it. USA Auto Manufacturer Company, 21 million flow. This is a mid-flow stock. MULN CEO provided company update today, this morning, and that's about it. Other than that, market is open. So let's turn our head towards our number one watch, which is TENX. Okay, if MULN does come on up, I'll be watching for that 94 level there. Right now, TNX has a death cross. Same thing with SGMO. Same thing with XPON. So I'm right now focusing on this MULN to see if it's going to be able to get a 94 candle break here and see what's going to be happening. NQ, we're just up about 89 points this morning. We did get a death cross a while back right here at 810. Here we go, MULN trying to break through here.
Northeast. TNX. TN, BSE, DLO.
Okay, NQ finally got market opening, big fat reversal on up. That's great. MULN, nice spike on up. This stock is on SSR, so I'd like to see that VWAP roll here on MULN. VWAP roll now next on SSR. We got a 112 up pulse showing on MULN. TNX needs to re-break $5. Below 5 is bearish, like I said. So wait for that 450 re-entry there. Hey, so wow, big spike there on NQ. Real quick on the side note, TNX was watching for 4.50 re-entry level. That is support. Okay, right now we have MULN not being able to continue further from the 97 cents. So we did hit 97 there. I didn't actually fill up all my shares, unfortunately, on MULN. Didn't fill me all the way. But support is right now the 50 MA, which is the 91 cent level. So you don't want to see the candle you know, cracking below that line there necessarily. I am watching MLGO just in case, because right now a lot of these stocks are pulling back, which is fine. We can look for those dip setup place, but I would watch MLGO 1025 break worth watching here. Again, there's just not a whole like this was the big play yesterday, right? This was my number one play. It's trying to do like a little red to green move. So I would watch that level there just in case. And see if it's gonna be able to get some juice flowing in, because right now we don't really have a whole lot of names right now in the setups here. Right now, I'm gonna pull up TNX coming down to that 450. So if we zoom out here, 450 is the first entry that happened here. So lower high, lower high, lower high, and lower low, lower low, lower low, coming, I think, wicked down here so far. The low is 455, so I'd like to see that 450 hit. Fortunately, MULN, after hitting the PT, it got a doji and a flat top red, so hopefully you were able to see that. If it ever comes back on the VWAP later, then we can replay that level, but right now, no go here. It's like I'm kind of thinking today's going to be a little bit of a flat day, because we don't have any new overall economic news. Today's a pretty flat day. If you look at Market Watch, August 6th, we have pretty much, I mean, nothing really. no high impact type of news. We just had the US trade deficit at 8:30, which is not anything to be really concerned about, in my opinion, with anything. So ATR continues to be very high in this type of market with NQ. It's at 47 on average. We were looking at like what, I think 15 to 20, maybe on a good day 30. I mean, now we're seeing some huge ups and downs in the
VRAR.
futures market here. So okay, so TNX, ideally the re-entry would be this TNX at 450 level. And okay, so TNX just got a wick down, and that 450 here is not holding at the moment. We got new candle here, so it's below 450 is not good. Might go all the way down to 500 EMA. Oh my gosh, NQ got another bigger drop there. So at this point, TNX is going to need to re-break 450 now. Just going to mention to everybody, slow start to the day now. At the moment, no high impact economic news this morning either. So sitting on my hands for A plus, or better setup. Let's just say that I'm not really gonna expect A plus. It's gonna be kind of hard in this market right now. I think people are still just kind of tiptoeing, digesting after all this big recession news. People are obviously now getting scared with these headlines of recession coming, and who knows, maybe recession is obviously, I mean, for me, like if you just look at it, like market dips, like the last was what we had, the Lehman Brothers big tank in the market. We had the 08, I mean, and then this one was one thing, I believe the third largest after all that. So every time we see some big market pullbacks or whatever, you eventually get all-time highs again. So if you have long-term accounts, obviously very foolish people just sell in this market. Best thing to do is just stay patient and to stay calm and be able to buy more and average dollar cost average in this market. I do think personally that we're going to further plunge. I don't really think this was a big plunge yet. I always like to prepare for the worst personally, but I mean, people out there are saying that market's wrecked and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, we've seen this market crash like this before. So it's not really necessarily a big market wreck, in my opinion. It's still up from where it's been for a while. So, I mean, I think, like I said, we're looking for a bigger pullback is what I'm thinking. But yeah, with all that headlines since Friday and obviously another crash on Monday, not the best day on Monday. I mean, small caps are right now a little bit dry. Yesterday was okay. Today is even more drier than yesterday. I'm looking at SGMO because SGMO bounced off the 200 EMA now. So SGMO bouncing off the 200 on the one. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have long-term accounts like on Vanguard, you probably not have been happy because you probably saw that it took a big chunk out of your pullback there. But hopefully, it didn't like just sell off. Anyways, we got right now. I'm not paying attention to TNX because I was kind of watching to see if this 450 is going to hold for a potential dip play, not happening. So what was my second favorite? SGML. So now it's time to move on to SGML. So this is how we do it. Okay. The herd, if it doesn't happen there, okay, time to move on towards a next potential candidate here. And SGMO now is testing that trend line. So what do we need to do? We need to look for that downtrend breakout and get that fat reversal and hit the PT is what we want. NASDAQ just went red, FYI. NASDAQ is red now. So this is pulling back on NQ. Only got 12, 10 points before it goes red there as well on NQ futures. Now with this type of bounce off the 200 EMA, what do you think is going to happen? Well, traders are probably going to sell into this area here between this trend line to the 110. So we really need to now be patient enough to wait for the confirmation, because it might not even test 110 because that trend line's right there. So let's see.
Level 4. RKR. RKR. CNSL.
Okay, looks like NQ is going to go all the way down to the deviation 2 line now. Which already kind of did, but we are still falling off. This MAC, what's it called? The RSI here is still showing pretty decent
Level 4.
higher lows. So let's see here, but it's gonna need to get a little bit of a further pullback here down to this red line here needs to come down here by the time next 1 minute and 15 seconds happen, and then look for that reversal pop. Naturally with the market, like, you know, having these big crashes or pullbacks, you know, do expect you know, it's okay to have some red days. So don't, I mean, just make sure that you're not losing a chunk of it. Okay. You don't have to beat yourself up if you're taking small red days, or, you know, it's fine.
May. BRKR.
Okay, just watching SGMO here, kind of watch for that golden. I'm watching for that golden cross confirmation here. SGMO watching for golden cross confirmation. So that's when the 10 EMA gets crossing above the 50 EMA. Right now, just a hair below the 50 EMA because the death cross happened earlier, right before market opening. That's when all the stocks started pulling back. Okay.
U. Win. TCS. TCS. U. TBI. U. ATC. BRKR, BRKR. BLNT. BRKR. MGOL. BRKR. Oops, you. Win. You. House. You. GCS.
Okay, another huge bounce after that lower low there and straight back on up, but we need to start closing green here in the next 2 minutes and 25 seconds. So we'll probably come up towards that 14 EMA here next. It's going to be a little bit of a suspected resistance there next. Well, I guess we got a pink deadline here as well at the moment, but man, oh man, small caps right now. Littles definitely a lot slower than yesterday. MELN is testing 500 EMA right now, if you're interested in that.
PG1. Win.
I'm gonna go ahead and start retracting these plays a little bit earlier, in my opinion. Let me go back down the list. So on top, on Prosperity Trace Channel, we have the starting off with LUMN. That happened. They came out at 7:01 a.m. And right now, actually, no, never mind. LUMN is going flip. Definitely missed this one. I know. LUMN is going, guys. Gosh. Missed this trade. Well, B. Beller just mentioned it, actually. Good job. You mentioned it 3 minutes ago. Great job. Got to set up a alarm for this thing. Gosh. Didn't expect this to pop, actually, because I thought everything's going to be kind of dead, but up 60% now. Stock broke $4, so we're at 420. Technically, this is the first area that I wanted to see, and then 420 breaks. Yeah, so it says entry $4, price started 420, so 420 hit, and then get to see 10 EMA riding for all the way up to $5. So let's keep our eyes on LUMN right at the moment. This is not on the gainers list, so I missed it because this is a recent IPO name, or either that or a recent name change. So I can't see anything past beyond sometime in June. So recent name change or IPO. Excuse me, that's SGMO. Oh my gosh. I'm not kind of falling asleep this morning with this slowness in the market. So let's pull up LUMN. So yeah, this is more same thing here actually. LUMN around June. So doesn't have a whole lot of history. So 4 to 420. That actually looks like an all-time high. Yeah, so this is the same area here around this level. We gotta really kind of drill through here. Okay, so LUMN hit 420. Got a doji and a flat top red. Let it pull back down to the same area, $4. With 10 EMA sitting at 403 or so. And LGO not going to break 125, so forget about that one. That's tanking all the way down to now 115. That's fine. It's only 10-cent pullback, but 125 didn't break. I'm still watching SGMO very closely because, like I said, SGMO, once that golden cross happens, I believe that's going to get a nice breakout play. So I personally miss LUMN, guys, but if you did take $4, so it looks like some of you guys did, That was 421st target level. Again, this type of market, you want to lock in wherever you can on the first target levels. This isn't like a very bullish market, as you can see. So be smart with that. SGML sort of getting the 10 EMA curl. So I want to wait for that nice confirmation on the golden cross. Man, I gotta do something with this trade ideas, man. I need to go and get to figure out how to delete the catch or whatever the memory. I think there's all these data that I had on trade ideas over the years are slowing down the load. All right, so we got it to 14 EMA now in NQ, so pushing back up. Looks a bit more bullish after hitting the oversold line on the RSI. Okay.
No, PSM. man. IFRS, AFRC.
SGMO on deck means that we're testing near that breakout point, 110. And then you got a 127 up pulse showing at the moment. Golly. We got like 122,000 sharers sitting at 110 right now. So we really gotta bust through that 110. So heavy on the ask. We can get rid of that 110, that would be nice.
AMRC. BXMX. CJYL. ARQT.
Yeah, I said cash. I know it's supposed to be cash. I gotta clear the cache, not the catch. Cash.
BXMX, BXMX, CJYL, CJYL.
Very nice higher lows right now on NQ. So if they go red to green, it's up 91 points. So this is I'm talking about this market. It's just got that 62 now on the ATR. So the range is very, very big. Okay, we're like I said, we're trying on SGMO. I did not enter yet, guys. I'm waiting for that 110 to close. I'm not gonna play this fake out game on this type of market. The buyers that bought in here, they're gonna look to sell into that 110, like I said. So I'm gonna need that candle closing confirmation, folks. It's been a tough area here. So we really gotta really build this 110 as our home base, needs to build as home base on SGMO, and then start building higher lows from there. Because the stock's only up 38%. Now, keep in mind, since the beginning of the week, we have not been able to see stocks running up over 100% in this market. We have seen like 50, 60% it. So until market conditions change, this is kind of something we have to kind of expect a little bit at the moment.
SDIG. AD. BGS. LNC. BLCO. ARQT. CDNA.
Okay. LEMN, if you wanted to get back in, it is getting that LEMN $4 retry again. So basically, LEMN previously was $4 break. Now $4 is the balance point now. So it needs to start like going towards going back up again.
MLNC. UPST. EVA. CPTLCO. Done.
Okay, 2 more minutes till 10 o'clock. A little bit tough day in the markets right now with these trades. None of them are really kind of getting that breakout point that I want to see. A lot of trappy kind of fake outs. So if you're like entering in early or as soon as you see that break, you might be getting scratched up today. So we need to be a little bit smart here. I'm gonna pull back up on LEMN right now though, because it is still holding above $4. So I do like that. And it's got a decent look right in the 10 EMA above all indicators. So I do like LEMN right now. So you just need to kind of get back above 420 and make a new high today. That's what I want to see. If you missed the $4 dip, the candle break line on this one next is going to be 410. So LEMN 4.10 candle break next, $4 support. You got a 480 up pull on LEMN. So this could be a potential good one if we can get the buyers coming in here. This one's got that potential here, 410 candle break.
May. CRSR. REAX. EXAI. EVA. SACH. DCGO. House. Boots. So. Sim. DX. ARL.
Okay, here we are, 10 o'clock. LEMN looking good.
IAS. HTML.
420 needs a break now. Obviously, that's the high of the day or all-time high, looks like.
AOI.
This one is a USA Telecom Service Company, 991 million float. So It's a very high float name. 52-week high is 420. So like I said, that 420 breaks, we should be able to see this thing flying higher. Like yes, I think the other day they secured a deal worth 5 billion on AI driven demand for connectivity. So this thing is not your little small low float, but you know it's got potential now. On a slower day, these higher float names could be a better volley to play. 420 break and then 490 up halt showing now. So 54-week high, or I believe all-time high on 4.20 breaks, then you know we continue further to new all-time highs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I see. Okay, looking good now. Oh yeah, I'm in. Just made a new all-time high. Just getting a little bit up there though, but you know, as long as it's making higher lows, it's a little bit higher float, so just keep that in mind. NQ still building this nice higher lows, looks like, but it just hit VWAP. Okay, just got a new all-time high, and that's it. And then pulled back right now. So you don't want to see $4. Like I said, it's getting up there. So what that means is you want to make sure that 420, not only does it break, but it becomes support. All right, because it's higher lows, and anytime it makes a higher high, it's going to pull back. So always pay attention to that. I was able to just lock in 300 bucks on this one just now, only and then. So if you want to look for a re-break or re-entry, $4 is supposedly the support now. So we need to bounce off that $4 again. This is a slower mover, although that sell-off did happen there into four. Now they're making 52-week high there. Yeah, nothing really I see else in the radar at the moment.
SGR1 House FL CLBT COSN CRS CWST GLB NG11 TBW RSI Born BNOM CAR DX GLNG AIOD ATNM JXN UZAC OIS ACP USTNG TPC
Right now, NQ is facing a resistance line there. So a good area to sell into, especially with the VWAP 200 here. This is going to be a pretty strong area right now of resistance.
ARR SGR1 INFT
Friendly reminder, let's stay patient today, guys. Lower day, no need to be forcing anything.
OSM KPH EPC FL AIoT VIM
Yeah, I see ATNM got a nice run off that 200 EMA market opening. I love that. That's a great pop there, but once again, slightly late now for us to look for a re-entry unless it pulls back again. But this got a huge pullback. If you look at the daily chart there, plunged from like $8. So this is just like a volume add, or you know, the cap bounce, sort of like just getting that nice higher lows, higher highs. If you want to get a pullback, for a try, then I would look for that VWAP dip.
JXN, BGY. UZAP. RGC. INIT. AIoT, GDI, 4.
This candle starting to wedge out of this trend line, by the way, so be on the lookout for the next candle in 2 minutes and 35 seconds. It is still trying to hold this up for one more high today, in my opinion, but let's see.
SGR1.
Oh yeah, man, back to $4. So we need to start curling up from here at this $4 mark on LEMN. And cue another new high of the day there.
SU1, STVM, ANRCOSM. Yeti, RFT, House, SPGS, GTSC, PPC, CRSRT, LIBS, STNG, ANRHS, LNMT. Real, PSTGRI, PFLT, PFLT, Bank, NRIS, ACP, URBN, CIN, VLCO, LGDL, CRSP, ALT, PRNLNG, UZAC, PG1, KVH, ANRC, SHWI, TXG, CIVI, RSI, AESI, PPC, REKS, LTH, CRSR, RST, SMTC, ADNT, AIoT, BRCC, ADSI, SCCO, GTN, DX, AAOI, PPC, ENRALGS, STNG, TK, XPOM, RRGB, TPC, AMRC, WRB, WhatsApp. RBT channel. Done. WCZ, EWCZ, LJRC, ARNY, CTOS, AAOI, Levi, UDNY.
See what happened on ATNM. That's exactly why I didn't want to chase there. It's getting up there and straight back down to that 200 again, and then bounce back up a little bit. But yeah, don't chase in this market. It is, going to be a little bit tough just sitting there, and you want to play something, but you have to acknowledge that this is what it is right now and adapt. I can go down the list one more time here on the top gainers list. You got RGC as a #1 gainer. but it's only traded 203,000. So always pay attention to not just the top gainers, and then you want to look at the volume, because if the volume is only like not even over 1 million, you know, we got some issues. Now, obviously, with this particular one, this is another sort of like an IPO name, looks like. We don't really have a lot of these. We see a lot of these names today: RGC, SGMO, and LUMN. Very similar looking. It's not this shouldn't be an IPO, because if it's showing up on the gainers list, then it must have been like some name change name. But or RGC looks like it's trying to pump up a little bit. It's got room there with some volume coming in. Lowest on the lower end. LYT completely destroyed. It's gonna be and the same thing with TNX. You know, you just don't mess with this guy once makes a lower high and doesn't even hold the previous first entry level. VSEE, let's see this one. This one looks pretty decent. Was there a play for VSEE? Let's take a double check on VSEE. This one actually looks okay, actually. It's got a decent look. So I do want to pay attention to this guy here real quick. It's got that VWAP logo, flat green, 390 double top previously there. VSCE. Worth watching, 390 high of day resistance. $390 to about 420 would be a good target. The 390 does break, that is. The lower the better entry on this today's market. Breakouts are not going to be something that I would really be too interested in. Like, for example, you know, going for 390 breakout, sure, you know, you can probably scalp to a 420, but much better to have gone in on the pullback here on the lower high or higher low, excuse me. So, you know, if it can kind of pull back down in these sort of zones here, and want to look for that pullback dip down towards the 50 EMA. So entry back in the low 350s would be ideal. I'm still watching LEMN, yeah, as long as it's holding above $4, because you know when a stock makes a new 52-week high or even all-time high, you don't want to just forget about it. As long as these nice key level support hold, I do want to see LEMN for a re-breakout at that level. It's just going to be a slower runner. Just keep that in mind, because it's almost $1 billion in float. The 992 million, almost $1 billion of, or yeah, right. So it's not your little tiny easy mover. Right now, NQ looks like I mean, we wedged out of the trend line. We hit this trend line as we wedged out as a resistance, and now we're pulling back down towards a little bit of yeah. It's gonna be wiki today on this.
Yes. OFIX. RRG. MTST. PLNT RGC.
Or 10 candle break is key here. 486 up halt.
JGS. ENOE. AISI, LIBN, CRSR.
Okay, so 410 here is the area that I want to see close now, and then we should be able to make a new high of day again because it's making higher lows and it should make a higher high, at least if we can close above it here. So wait for the confirmation at 410. I know it just spiked up, but I'm expecting a little pullback again, and then wait for that 410 rebreak there.
HRNY. NRLB. UDNY. LNT.
Testing 410 again right now. LUMN again. This is a little bit higher float, so it is a higher float. So just be patient.
SWR. STST. SLB. RS. JPGS. EWCZ. WIN. ENLB. ABT. MAG. WHEW. CRSR. CSLR. CWNBN. TNDM. RRGB.
Gotta close above 410. Got 5 seconds, and then next candle is gonna happen again.
GNK. Agno, Getty, ACB, NTST 30. Wow.
Still having trouble 410, guys. Waiting for 410 closing. Take your time. Like I said, it's a high flow, so you don't need to be rushing right into it. Wait for the candle closing. So there's a lot of known resistance here.
EFC, ARRPC. 4. Dead.
If you're in from $4, you should be still fine. We're just facing this 410 area. Wick, 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 like 5 times now. You see that VSEE, if you're looking at it, it did make a new high of day. But once again, don't fall for that breakout 393. It's gonna just wick up and then pull back down.
SGRY, MITQ. ABH. Line. SGRY. STMI, HUMA. Game, game, game.
10 more minutes and 10, we're gonna hit the first hot hour.
No, BGS. BMR, SLG, HUMA, CSIQ. Well. Let's see. Double left. Noel, and thing. GGOF. ARPT. IFNF, BNOH, GLNG. TW. SNLF. MSF, OLRS. IFRS, MGOL, BBS, INMT, SLIC, RFA. TI, REAX, RST, SISI, SLG, HRNY. MTST, EWC, NSA. EGON. HRNY. ULDP. GNK. BGS. NRIX. RRGB. RSR. ACRS. And IoT. May. NDOM. BS. WC. IMJSN. NSA. BMR. BSCO. JPGS. TXG. SLGIM. And GNK. ARQT. EVA. HUMA. UPST. SB. RL. LTH. LG. GLSG. GS. RNDCG. RSI. ANOI. Sir. HRNY. AT&T. Then EFC. CGON. SPWR. Echo. OMCL. ALB. ASO. ESFS. HITI. REAX. BGS. LW. FCNOF. RSI. LF. AIoT. Sir. NRIX. BCN. NTLA. CIM. Chef. Iron. SPWR.
Okay, back to 410 again. Here we go on LUMN. I know LUMN has a good potential. Just it's a high flow once again, so it's gonna test your patience. But this is the best looking setup, so that's why I'm sticking on to this right now as long as $4 holds. So is a high flow, so it's gonna be very slow mover, but best setup look as long as $4 support holds. Okay, 410 candle break is key next. So we're just waiting for that, guys. I wish I had some other names to, throw out for you guys or something, but they're all below VWAP. I mean, VSCE is okay looking, but just really wasn't really part of my watch list this morning. So I mean, you could still trade that, but I just don't want to over trade today. Kind of personally decided to take a little bit of trade here and there. Just didn't work out. Obviously, went in small position, so I'm taking a little small hits, but preserving my capital and my P&L of my profits this morning. So that's just what I'm doing personally. But the breakouts definitely are not working as great this morning. So just keep that in mind. Like it'll try to break out and then it only hits a few cents above and then pulls back. Like you can look at all these other stocks that you see. It does that over and over again.
Well, CTOS, HRMY. GMK. HITI. AR. PGY, chat. SPWR, CSWC. HRY. AAOI. GPRS. HLBS. CTDR. CII. W. CERS. GRS. CSW. ESAI. AMTS. OMCL. ND. ESNL. HRMY. Apple. SAI. W. HRMY. ND. TRMD. EW. CBRS. EW.
All right. So we got 410 here. Still waiting for that breakout. Hey, patience goes long ways, guys. So cheers to those that are still here and watching paint dry, but being patient. That's always goes long ways. The market rewards those that are patient and are keeping their cool. Because if you lose your cool, you rip your shirt and you just pull your hair out, you're it's not going to be glamorous. So just sit tight and enjoy the ride. And the ride doesn't work out, then sticks to plan. $4 cracks on LMN. You know, it is what it is. Out. We move forward. Right now, we're breaking 410. Great. I like to see an all-time another new 52-week high. That's what I like to see. That's why I'm here still. Stocks on SSR. So in the meantime, let this thing do its thing. Let it build higher lows. Let it do its higher high here shortly. Hopefully, as long as we're building higher lows. We're gonna take a quick 10-minute stretch break, guys, and then we'll be right back and get ready for the 20-minute till 11 a.m. rubber dip setups. All right, guys. So I'm back, and the patience is paying off. You know, on LUMN. I know it's very slow, but we're gonna make another all-time high, or 52-week high as well here. So like to see a $5 up halt now. Always good to see the up halt rising. There's a new 52-week high. There it is. So just steady mover. And sometimes, I mean, most of the time when it's this low, these higher float names are where I like to be at, as you know. 505 up halt. They moved it up again. That's right. Like you say, patience pays. So hopefully you guys are taking in the way I do. You know, I've been very impatient and many times in my life, you know, with trading to many things. And you know, you go back and look at it and it was just all emotional impatience that made me, you know, lose money and didn't make the right decisions. All you had to do was just, you know, stay committed and just be patient and stop complaining. You know what I mean? I actually used to complain a lot more on the mic. If you guys remember, from some of you guys have been with me for 4 or 5 years now, but I'd be like, come on, what is it? Why is it not going? You know, I would get grumpy and stuff, but you know, there's no need for that. We're just inviting negativity that doesn't serve us anything good. So here we go, 440, 70% up. This is our number one gainer now, technically, guys. Well, minus is whatever VBIV on the gainers list is. It's 15-cent stock. Don't care for that now, but so far so good.
JGS, SLGZ, ARR, SPI, GSNDR, ALB, KTM.
Getting a little extended, but we're looking good. 510 up halt now on LEMN. So, you know, you always want to lock in on the way go, and then you know that it's gonna pull back. So getting back on those pullbacks, so looking very good though. 515 up halt, man. They're moving it up more and more now.
STR1, BCN, CGON.
Okay, 15 more minutes to 11 a.m. rubber dip time. Again, pat yourself in the back today if you are either coming out on a small green, small red, or no trades. This is though exactly what you should be doing. You know, if you have a big day, then great. But you know, there's not really what expectation wise is not. 515 on pulse still showing. So I mean, like I said, ideally, I like to see LEMN hit that 100% mark today. You know, and then see where that's going to be at by right now, 5 o'clock and $5 and 15 minutes to 11 a.m. rubber dip. Market's overall green, so you know, small caps are slower. The broad market is, you know, overall pretty good, but it's still very wicky up and down. You know, the range is a lot higher than usual, so kind of have to adjust probably your trading. This, you know, a lot of times people see that wick down like this, thinking it's gonna, you know, since the trend line cracked, and you know, you got look at this golden cross right here. Ever since that golden cross happened, you gotta watch out for these type of big moves here. Very nice. And LEMN, we're just blasting off. So 4 and then 410.
LPSN.
Okay, we just hit pink deadline. That's another great area to sell off on NQ, by the way. It's a good area there. And then NQ fit that area breaks, then I mean it's got more room, but still good initial first sell off there. Pull back, see what happens from there. And then you got LUMN. Where's the RSI on this one right now? It's at 75. I mean, it's just pumping up very nicely. 526 up pulp. You got the 10 EMA being at 435. Right now, if you pay attention to the Higurashi candlesticks, it's all green, green since the time at 1040 area. So that right there, 20-minute mark before 11 a.m. rubber dip time, all we have been seeing is green. We might see our first red candle here shortly, but if it does, watch that pull back down to 10 EMA.
SNDR, MLKN, RSI, CPNX, MGNX, RYTF, HDLX, MCM, CDLX, Tyra Brothers, Tyra, Dunn, SPHR.
And Q's getting extended. Be on the lookout for this candle. You still have 1 minute and 20 seconds on this candle here. Be watch for a close. Keep an eye on this next candle. It's a big spike there.
LGSRK, SB, NICR, BXMX. Arlo, GNOX, BXMX, CCRX, BNOX, CSIU, RHP.
LUMN 536 up pulp now. Goodness gracious.
MGNX, RYTF, Vera, RLH, CDLX, BCI, MNMT. LL, CRDM, done.
536 up pulse. Okay. There's that nice pullback on NQ.
WTX, Zim, AIOT, BTSG, BPRB, NNOS, AAOI.
New high today, up 80% now. We got 20% more to go. Showing 542 up pulp, so even higher now. All we need is one good stock, guys. Just one play. That's all we need. I'm gonna go ahead and retract some of these other names. I'll let you know. But right now, LUMN bringing the heat and the money. Not a single red candle yet still. So be on the lookout for that first red candle because this is executive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 12, 13 green candlesticks now. So watch for that first red candle and then just watch for that pullback down at 10 EMA. Okay, our second play after LUMN was for LYT breakup 320. And obviously that's not going to happen anytime soon today. And not probably going to even happen today at all. So I'm going to go ahead and retract that one. We had an EQ for 80-cent break today. Not gonna look forward to that either today.
MA. Oh. Check. Shadow. And
Right now, LUMN almost 100% and about 20% to go. So soak in on this ride as much as you can. Move your stops up higher accordingly.
RYTF.
Third play for after EQ was for TFFP. Don't think we even saw that in the radar anywhere. 217 was the high and never broke 217. So that's also getting retracted. No volume there at all. Another new high of day or new 52-week highs. Always focus on these names that are making all-time highs or new 52-week highs. It's gonna continue to do so as long as we are riding the higher lows and higher highs than 10 EMA. Okay, so now up 84%, 475, and then let's just add another 25 cents and icing on the cake to $5, and then you got a 553 up pulse. So I mean, this thing is showing a lot of promise right now. Just gotta break that 475 now, and we just keep on chugging along. Probably want to get that $5 here shortly. The only stock that we really need to see is SGMO. We are above 110, so you know, it hit up to 118. If this, I'm not gonna go red on this, but I it's 2 cents away from hitting PT or testing back at 10 EMA. I only have like 5 minutes and then I have to get off. I have another business that I had to attend later, so I'm gonna have to get off. But this thing here, it's a hot play, LUMN. I would watch VSCE again. I think VSCE looks pretty decent. SGMO as well. SGMO has been our top second throughout the day. Just, you know, took a long time to really pop up, but it should do this job there. And then the other play was XPON for the 40-cent break, and I don't believe, I double check, I don't think it broke out to the level that I wanted to see today. Getting closer, another new high of the day, another new to be LUMN. Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen on XPON. Woo! Okay, so my top play still has been TNX, but LUMN is my top second trade of the morning. And then I threw in just small shares on SGML, so I'll probably get out with some green. I'm gonna put a tight stop. I don't want to get red on that one. And I just took a few scratches on these other names. Kind of decided to pull the trigger a little early today on these, but it's fine. So here comes $5. I mean, that uphold really shows a lot of promise. Again, the only thing is now $5 is the what? The big resistance level, guys. LUMN approaching big $5 resistance line. Going to start locking in. I gotta leave here in 5 minutes. So personally, that's just me. If you guys see later $5 break, you guys can go for more. But this is good enough for me, and I'm gonna take my leave here shortly. But $5 breaks, I mean, not a single red candle yet, but be on the lookout here as we get closer to $5. I'm gonna put a line at $5. So 2 solid plays on LUMN. 575 all pulse showing. That is the current all pulse. So you guys know that means that what if $5 becomes support, it's got that dollar run potential.
Oh, yeah. You went at 5. You went at
our first red candle showing right now. You got about 50 seconds to see if it's going to close green or pull back down to 10 EMA.
Say IR. HLM, ACT.
And then last but not least, I had the for the 125 break for MLGO, which again, if you look at the stock, never broke the 125. Let me double check. Yeah, never broke 125 and synced all the way down. So I'm not going to stick around to wait till it breaks 125. So those are all the names that I will be officially retracting. So that's how we do it here at Prosperity Trades. So all those names, bye-bye. Now on the regular market, these probably would have already broke and hit PTs, but small caps today are just slow. Because again, why? A lot of folks are focused on the bigger, larger cap stocks right now with the market conditions. You know, overall very nice. Green bounce back on up after huge pullbacks on Friday and Monday. So, you know, really our top three names that you should have taken advantage of is LUMN, TNX, and LUMN. I never really made a buck on LUMN. Like I said, it filled just slightly in the rest. I got stopped out and took a $262.80 loss. So it's what it is. So overall day though, I locked in 1740 on LUMN and 1838.60 on TNX. So, you know, it's a good day, but I'm gonna stop here. I think, you know, as long as we maintain and focus on the ones that got the most potential and you hit those, that's how you do it. Losses happen, but as long as you mitigate the risk on these other losers and then take the bigger chunk on these potential higher, bigger names, that's how we do it here. So other than that, like I said, great job. If you guys are closing even $10 today, whatever it is, take home with that. And then, you know, tomorrow, we are going to probably have to expect a little bit more volatility because, well, actually, that's going to be on Thursday. So tomorrow's Wednesday. So Wednesday, we just have consumer credit at 3 o'clock. So tomorrow's going to be another kind of a similar day, in my opinion, is what I'm looking at. We'll just focus on 1 to 2 names as usual. And then Thursday is going to be the big day. Initial jobless claims at 8:30. Okay, and then 10 o'clock with the wholesale inventories, and that's going to be it. And then Friday's going to be relatively pretty chill as well. So Thursday's a big day tomorrow, and then Friday we just have to expect to do exactly what we did today. Okay, other than that, guys, much love. If you're sticking around, watch the $5 break on LUMN. Just make sure that candle break does happen. Take care, everybody. God bless you all. Have a great day.